still on the trail. So we're kind of on a part of the trail, but this is Harper's Ferry. Well, we are almost halfway. Not really though. There's the sign. We've got a long ways to go. I gotta say, Harper's Ferry, so far, pretty cool. Ferry's slogan is 3 states, 2 rivers, 1 park. And so what we have here, this is the Shenandoah. No, this is the Potomac. That over there is the Shenandoah. And then it all goes down into the Potomac right there, merges right there. So those are the 2 rivers. The 3 states are West Virginia, Virginia, and Maryland. And then the 1 park, obviously Harper's Ferry. It's a cool little slogan. You can also see this bridge is famous for having locks. I don't know why. I should probably look it up. Everybody puts little locks on there. Make their contribution. I don't know. Well, if this looks familiar to some of you, this is the C&O towpath. There's the remnants of the canal. And of course, over to the right, you can have the Potomac River. So, for some of you who may have seen some of my old Facebook posts about the my annual kayaking excursion, right over there is where we start. Right there. That's where we usually start for that 2-day journey, and then we go under that bridge and head down south, down towards DC. It's kind of nice being where I know I'm at. I've been before. It's a comforting feeling. That's a comforting feeling of familiarity, and I like it. So, for those of you unfamiliar with the C&O Canal, we're on the towpath right now. So the C&O Canal, C and O, stands for Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. So the canal was a transport avenue built, goes from DC all the way to Western Maryland there in Cumberland, Maryland. And it was started in the early 1800s. It ran for about 100 years. It was a means to get goods from DC up to Ohio. And you can't quite see it right now. I'll show you a video later. But this right here, this is the canal. Obviously it's not in use anymore. And what we're on right now is the towpath. So what they would do in the old days is they would put a boat, they'd fill it with goods out here on the canal, and they would put a mule or horse team out here on the towpath, and they would tow the boat all the way the 185 miles from DC up to Western Maryland. And there's locks along the way, so they raise it, lower it to accommodate for the decline in the water. And anyway, that's it. It's a very popular path around the Maryland, DC area. This is basically for my friends and family back in Texas who aren't familiar with it. Everybody around here knows what the towpath is. And I get about 3 miles on the towpath for the AT here. I probably shouldn't have started this right under the bridge, huh? Anyway, that's where we're at. something else I probably should mention about why I decided to do it this way, jump up here to Harper's Ferry, is the bubble. The bubble is about when it's a certain times of the year when large groups of people start the AT. So there was about 80 people that started March 15th. They were a couple weeks behind me still, but they were catching up. And also, that was when I didn't want to be around a bunch of people. That's one reason why I'm coming up here doing this flip-flop. But the other reason is norovirus has been reported on the trail. So norovirus, it happens every year. Hikers are dirty people. You don't get a chance to really get clean. And so norovirus gets on the trail. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a stomach issue. You have it shooting out both ends, fever, pains in the stomach area, and that's pretty nasty stuff. And it's highly resilient. Like, you can't wash it off with soap. Sanitizer doesn't have any effect on it. Only there's this bleach mix that you can use to kill it. And it'll set on a surface for 3 weeks. So it's some pretty nasty stuff. It's already been reported in the next town that I was gonna be at. Next 2 towns actually, Parisburg and Daleville. So it had already been reported in there. So I was heading there next, and I was like, I'm happy to miss that. I'll just come up here and do this part, and then go back there and get that after it's gone. But yeah, hikers are dirty. I mean, I clean myself like a neurotic raccoon in the evening times, but you still can't get clean. It's just dirty being out here. That's the other reason why I felt like doing a flip-flop. So this is still an official through hike. I don't remember if you remember from the beginning. There's 3 ways to do a through hike with an Appalachian Trail through hike. One is northbound, Nobo, all the way from Georgia to Maine. Second is southbound, Maine to Georgia. And you got to do it in a 12-month period. You can cross over calendar years and such. Or you can do a flip-flop. That's what I'm doing now. So basically, you just do the whole trail. You just do it in different sections, and but you do the whole trail in a 12-month period. This is the way the Appalachian Trail Conservancy actually prefers people do it. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. It's just less stress on the trail. I think, people camping everywhere, taking up resources and stuff. So it's just easier that way on the trail. So I'm kind of happy about doing it this way. It's a little bit different environment than where I was at before, but we'll see how it goes. Flip flop away. Okay, this is the first Maryland shelter I have seen. This is super nice. Look at this. Holy moly. Wow. Man, look at that floor. That's like super nice. Wow. That's nice. Let's go down there and check it out. Okay. I've never seen benches before at a shelter. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is nice. Edward Garvey Memorial Shelter. Holy moly. Man, that's like super. My floors aren't even that nice. Sweet. Lots of campsites. Little privies down there. Man. I have been slumming it. I've been hiking for several miles now. And the whole way, pretty much the whole way, there's this rock wall right there. Almost the whole way. It's really interesting. Huh. Haven't seen it anywhere else on the trail. We are at Gath's, G-A-T-H, Gath's Empty Tomb, the Townsend Mausoleum. Huh. Interesting. I suspect we're going to be running into a lot more of these things here. Interesting. I took shortcut. Huh, that would have brought me running. I'm glad I came that way. Let's see what we got here. This is a cool little site. Bathroom down there. I just finished up my 11 miles this morning for today. It's not this morning, it's like 4 o'clock. And it was good. I had some troubles the first 9 miles, not gonna lie, my knees were not doing well. But then I just remembered, oh, I got this a certain way to hike. I have to get back to my old style, and it seemed to work pretty good. I don't know where they're at. Anyway, I'm not getting off trail yet. One more day. We'll see how tomorrow goes. One day at a time.